They are most motivated to sell those properties cheaper at the start because they need to secure their funding to start their development. Every day on this page, I will be giving you information into what is the world's most complicated finance and property market. This will be unhinged information about today's market as things constantly change. It is difficult because tax is constantly evolving and the Australian government is trying to tax us further. Instead of trying to bring the have-nots to the haves, the Australian government has decided to make the haves have-nots. But there are loopholes. There are different things that you can understand in the system that can get you ahead, that can get you to be a homeowner, that can get you to be a property investor. And I'm going to share that with you today. Today is all about the best way to secure a deal in the property market. Understanding the psychology of those in the property market who need you to buy their stock and how they get ahead. So the first and foremost out of this I want to talk about is getting property off the plan. Now, if you are in a high value asset, a high value development, trying to buy something off the plan as it's midway through, you are not going to find as good a deal, but you still will find a deal because the market is growing significantly in certain areas. Where do I like to get involved in off the plans? In the first few weeks of the release, when the developer desperately needs what's called genuine pre-sales. Those genuine pre-sales, which means you put a 10% deposit down in the trust account, mean that they can go to their bank to source funding for the development. Without genuine pre-sales, the developer cannot finish the project. They are most motivated to sell those properties cheaper at the start because they need to secure their funding to start their development. So when I'm going into a developer that I know has been just recently approved, I approach them and I say, I would like to buy 2. If you give me a significant discount, I'll put the deposit down today and wait. I will negotiate the discount at the start to make sure it settles in the future. I will also go to land developers who are holding significant stock. And if they are holding significant stock, I will go to those land developers and go, listen, you are paying the debt, you're paying that scenario, let me advance and get a few across the line for you right here, right now, so I can secure them from you at a cheaper rate to make sure you hold less. Now, when do I do that? I do that in December. Why do I do that in December? Because land tax is due around December 3rd. And everything they hold around December 3rd, they will be charged in New South Wales 3% in different states, different sums of money. So even if I get a 3% discount of $1 million block, that's $30,000. That $30,000 is essentially the stamp duty. I'm getting the stamp duty for free. But obviously, if I can do some volume because of my very blessed situation, then I might get a bigger discount. But around December, I'm looking to try to get a benefit off that land tax opportunity because I know they're going to spend 3% more on it next month anyway. They want to get that reduced. Where else do I go? I go for mortgaging and possession stuff. So I'm talking to funders every single day. There's funders who are funding 20,000, 30,000 lots, 20,000 land subdivisions, funding 70 apartments, residual stock. They're holding things that are going to link with. They're not getting their interest. Their investors are scared. They need to get that gone. So I will try to get in a significant discount to cover their debt and get that asset out. For those of you in my company who have bought multiple bits of apartments from me based in Queensland recently, you will know the benefit. It is significant. We are constantly chasing that as a source. And then we are doing other things to take advantage. For example, instead of just buying one by myself, I might talk to 4 or 5 friends and we'll go in collectively and try to negotiate 5 for you. And if you don't have 5 friends who want to buy, you might bring 2 to me and I'll get you 3 more in that same location. Because if you bulk buy from the land, then you can also bulk negotiate with the builder because that builder is not requiring more admin stuff, not requiring more site supervisors to get that done. They get efficiencies and give that discount back to you. That's the best way to buy. Now, you may also say to me, well, how about the existing dwellings? I don't believe in that personally. That's not to say that you shouldn't, but when your people are buying it, selling their own property, they need their best top dollar because they need to go buy something else. When you are buying in the open market, you're buying at retail. And yes, there are going to be people out there who are scared right now and selling short. That's possible, but that's not the majority of them. The majority of people in that space are looking to sell an asset and buy a new one. Owner occupiers sell it so they can buy in that new marketplace. You are always going to buy retail in the secondhand market because that person who's selling it to you at retail needs to pay their debt down and get something moving forward. They're not selling it for nothing. Hope it helps. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video. We're going to keep explaining the nuances of this and help you get educated. Subscribe for more. Hope you're well. Guys, we are getting thousands upon thousands upon thousands of views a day. Please like, subscribe. If you're loving the content, press the notification button. Jump on board. More free advice just for you.